What's up, y'all? Welcome to another review by Ryan. A happy Friday to everyone wherever you're at in the world. I hope you find this reaction in good spirits and good health, because now you're going to be inadvertently affected in a negative way by having to watch trash. It is time for the second episode of the second season of Rent-A-Girlfriend, and a couple of thoughts I wanted to talk about real quick in regards to this second episode. The first episode. So the first episode went marginally better than I was expecting. Yes, Kazuki yelled the entire episode, unnecessarily, attracting ridiculous amounts of attention to himself and to Chizuru. And you know, when a man just keeps sitting here yelling things like this, I tell you, I can't help but feel bad for her. Even though I have my misgivings about Chizuru too as a character, and the fact that I just want her to really start coming to reality with her own emotions. Kazuya really got to stop all this just unnecessary, excessive yelling. With that said, he was fine last episode. Fine. He didn't make a full scene in the play like I thought he was going to, start freaking shaking and shivering and crying his eyes out. He watched the play. He had internal self-destruction, but he was okay last episode. And, you know, Chizuru, again, we got to see her in a play, and she was absolutely stunning, might I note. And again, I keep saying, my gripes about Chizuru as whether she's best girl or not, and the fact that she's an absolutely beautiful girl. She's an absolutely beautiful girl. I love her aesthetically. I truly, truly do. I just hate all this indecisiveness that goes on. But I think it was a decent episode. And again, I say decent in the context that this show is never going to get anything above a 7 out of 10 from me, no matter what, because of just how catastrophically destructive and trashy the plot is to me. But it's so trashy that here we are watching it and people like myself reacting to it. So I thought it was, a decent start getting us back into the swing of things. The title of the episode today is The Usual Girlfriend, so I'm sure it's going to be the usual bullshit, but that's just kind of the way it goes. But before we start the reaction, I've decided that Rent-A-Girlfriend will be where I talk about the summer ratings. So from this point, if you would like to skip straight to the reaction, please check the chapters in the description of this video, and you can click on the appropriate timestamp to start the reaction. But if you'd like to listen to how the first week went for reactions, you're in the right place. So, in the summer reactions, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on the screen. As always, a big thank you to Anime Corner and any of the respondents that responded to the reactions. I'll only be using Anime Corner today, but starting next week, I will also do the side-by-side comparisons of Anime Corner to Anime Trending. So, in week 1, ending today, July 8th, July 1st to July 8th, in first place, Licorice Recoil. I am not reacting to that show, but I am watching that show, and I will admit they had a phenomenal start to the season. I thought it was a great start, and apparently the community has agreed that it is the #1 show going into the first full week of anime. The second show, Uncle from Another World. I have not started that. I know some of my friends who have read the manga said that it's a decent watch. Obviously, the title alone is just so like, oh boy. But it's probably going to be interesting. So I will watch it eventually. I just haven't started it yet. But you said that it was your #2 most enjoyed show for the first week. The vampire show, Vermeil in Gold, came in at #3. There has been a lot of hype around that. I have seen a couple of snippets here and there. It is also not a show I'll be reacting to for this anime season. However, I will be watching it. I have not watched it yet, though. Hopefully, I will have watched the first episode when we talk with each other next week for the episode 3 reaction for Rent-A-Girlfriend. In #4, Overlord. The 4th season has made its return for all of you lovers of Overlord, and it came in with 8.67% of the votes. In #5, Call of the Night. Also have not watched that just yet, but I will watch this too. And actually, all the shows that are on this list are shows I either will watch or have started to watch. So I'll hopefully be able to talk a little bit more about them next week. In #6, Engage Kiss. That was a crazy start. So obviously a lot of people were thinking about, when we saw how this crazy girl is in Engage Kiss. And I do think she's a little tamed down, though, from, as we all remember how she was, incredibly bad and definitely psychotic and everything. But yeah, Engaged Kiss came in at #6 with 7.37% of the votes. #7, My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex. That was actually an alright first episode. I'll give it to them. Again, I keep saying, don't knock these shows until you try it. I watched the first episode, and it was actually a little bit more wholesome than I was expecting it to be. Still trashy, but wholesome enough. So it's going to be a good watch. The grand return of Classroom of the Elite, Season 2. Is here with 6.74% of the votes. That was a very, very Kanojo start to the season in which we just saw his face look the same throughout every single episode. I mean, every single minute of the episode. So that went about as you could expect it to. Trash is here in number 9, Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 2 with 6.15% of the votes. And last but not least, your censored / harem censored / super harem uncensored 3-part, 3 different releases, A Harem in a Fantasy World Labyrinth. Had a very hell of an interesting start, and if you're watching it on Crunchyroll, which I hate to say it, you shouldn't, you were presented with a great Microsoft Paint, Adobe, Photoshop, whatever you want to call it, presentation of cautions and warning signs over everything. Free the nipples. But anyway, that is your top 10 for the first week of Anime Corner's ratings. One show that I see is not up here, and I don't agree with, but it's going to be a show that's going to be riding top 3 for me most of the season, is Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss Season 3 did begin on High Dive, and I think part of the issue may actually be because it is High Dive exclusive, so if you don't have a High Dive membership in the global community or the West, you weren't able to watch it and still haven't watched it. I thought it was a top 3. For sure. And also, Made in Abyss is a contender for not only one of my top shows of the season, but one of my top shows of all times, depending on how the season goes. With that said, Made in Abyss is really disgusting. It's gory. There's child violence. There's a lot of other elements that happen in Made in Abyss that is not for the faint of heart. And obviously, I do expect Made in Abyss to suffer as a result of that when it comes to these ratings. But I will always talk about my opinion of how I felt the show did each week. And I do feel that Made in Abyss had a quite phenomenal start to the second season. So definitely watch it if this is your thing. So, with that said, this is your top 10. This was definitely lower on the respondent count. I think when we started the spring season, we had almost 40,000 people respond. Barely 10,000 people responded this time. This is very common for the summer season. A lot of people are still burnt out, catching up, whatever, from the spring season. And we'll probably see more respondents as the season goes along. So, with that said, I hope your show made the top 10. If it didn't make the top 10, I still hope you are enjoying the start to the spring season. So with that said, enough talking about ratings, and we are going to jump into episode 2 or episode 14, depending on where you're watching it, of Rent-A-Girlfriend Season 2, titled The Usual Girlfriend. Let's go ahead and get this started in 3, 2, 1. Azovsky? Wow. That's what we doing? Alright. Also, I heard some of y'all didn't really like the opening. While I will say I might have liked the first opening a little bit better, the opening is fine. I like this. Mayfield was just simple. The opening's relatively simple. Hey, damn my girl. Honestly, upon second watch, I like the song a lot better than I like the video. Hey. I mean, that's the beauty of the world. Just fly to random places and get them stamps. I mean, it's not like you should tell him any advice. He's not going to listen. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Oh, Mom, you know what? I don't care. Oh, you absolutely had to. And here he is just yelling away. Yelling his life away. Then fucking say it! Then say it! I'm so annoyed. Sayonara, I'm done. Why are you crying already? Oh? It doesn't matter. He's super simp. Just let him do it. Who the fuck cares? I don't care what she would think. She's for the streets. Don't worry about her. No one gets... Oh my Lord, I don't care. Then either confess or stop this. Or let Ruka just do Ruka's. Like... I mean... He does not feel anything at all for you, actually. Ruka, it's cool. I'm here for you. It's cool. He isn't getting serious with anything. Not you, not her, not himself. Nothing has changed. What's changed? Then what is it about? Oh. Well, I mean, she is a good actor, though, and you will see that the second you see her play. I'm so over this. Off the roof. then just confess. You both get on my nerves. Why do I watch this show? This is so awkward. Why we gotta keep flashing at this man yelling? What is wrong with you? Either confess or move on. It's simple. I know we have to have an anime, but still. You say this and you'll be right back to your normal behavior tomorrow. It's never gonna close because you both get on my damn nerves. What? Is that right? What in the... Bruh, just be natural and enjoy this very rare occasion that we're not going to get any more of this freaking season. If she said yes, just be natural because that's going to help things mesh. Like if you just stop and just talk naturally. Oh my God, I don't understand. Yes, it is. Indeed. I don't notice him either. I don't need the zillion flashbacks to tell me how irritating this is. Brett, what? All right, so just be normal. I mean, it's a start. Fuck it. It's just, this don't be awkward, man. Just, it's fine. Good job. Why y'all still here? Why is you doing this? Just be normal. This is so awkward. Just, oh my God. You would feel like we made progress, but no progress was actually made. We're going to more than one place. Holy hell. Maybe it'd be a great time. I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not even going to say to confess because the man's so awkward. We got to just get to regular conversations first. I am too. Oh. Don't say she's about to die. Oh no, it's about to be something stupid. I mean, y'all are also so incredibly awkward that anyone will pick up. Mm. Damn, he just called her completely uncool when she ain't on stage. He yelled it repeatedly, constantly, loudly, annoyingly. I tell you, grandparents be going in. Be going in on our lives. And that's why we love them. Aww. You could never be that Chad. I'm sorry. Not even close. Oh boy. Yo, if she was to like drop the next episode or tomorrow in this show, I'd be done. Ain't funny at all. You certainly can't live up to our expectations, that's for sure. I mean, yes, but this indecisiveness and complete lack of maturity is just so frustrating. And you're probably right if those things would be dealt with. Which is why when they were literally on the balcony at the end of the first season, it was so angering because he could have broke through to her right then and there. If only you knew how long it would take for that. You better do this before she passes on, because I know she's going to pass on. If you don't do this before she... I swear I'm not. I need to not allow myself to get frustrated by all the things I know he's not going to do. I hope she walked in the room when you said that. Can we stop this death talk? Nothing he's going to talk to you about. Not like he talks anyway. Let's start with all this jacking off shit and trashiness and just be decent. Even if you want to start it, even if you do want to start this truly as a friendship, you got to start somewhere, and you got to start with with not being so indecisive. Ooh. Well, I might end up liking the ending more than the opening. I'll say that right now. You know, it'd be such a beautiful picture if Mommy wasn't in it. Yes, I'm gonna drag Mommy until the ends of the earth. I swear. And it's bad because aesthetically I should be cool with Mommy. Why are we seeing all these scenes that will never happen? Exactly, trash. How can I help you? Maybe she just came to bring food. The girl has lost her key. Oh, trash is here! Eh. Bruh! Why is she about to be walking to people's homes, though? Disrespect. Walk your ass out of here! Why is you here? Why are you here? You don't need to be walking to people's houses when they ain't invited you in. Don't nobody want you here. Fuck. Anyway. Shit. Okay. I'm so sorry. For my audience that does not like foul language, I'm so sorry, but if you watch this reaction or any of the rest of the reactions for this show, I can't help it. All right, so a couple thoughts here. So, here's the deal I'm going to say. Obviously, I drag Kazuya. I drag him rent-free in my head every time. All right? Every time I wake up, I think of this show, I'm like, Kazuya is a waste of space. And then I think, well, Mommy's a waste of space, too. But here's the deal about Kazuya. Yes, are there people who genuinely and truly have these type of issues overcoming these completely big mental blocks when it comes to someone they're interested in? Absolutely. But he's always just incredibly creepy about it. And it's just, and because we went through so much in the first season, that should have helped us at least start breaking this ice. My thing is, first off, I know that therapists are not really something that exists in Japan like that. It really should, but because mental health is still more or less it's not really understood and really acknowledged as such in Japan as maybe it is in other places. Like, we talk a lot about mental health's not treated seriously here in the United States, but even then I think it's still treated a little better here than it is in a place like Japan. So when I look at someone like Kazuya, obviously he needs a lot of help, to get through some of these hurdles. But I always look at things as when we grow up and we become adults, because it's very important to remember we're talking about adults here, guys. So since we are, we're talking about, people who are, adults, 18 plus, we have to take it upon ourselves to do better and be better people, to not carry in all of the bad, the bad vibes and bad baggage and bad personality traits that we might have grown up with into adult relationships, adult friendships. I do believe that they do genuinely need to get a good solid foundation of friendship out of the way before they can truly make it to that next stage. I would have been fine with the confession happening, and then it was just like, I need to think about it, as is typical on this. And then they say, let's work on this friendship side first. At least the feelings have more or less been conveyed from one end or another, and now we can go into a season 2, kind of working through that. The frustration that I share and that most of the community shares when it comes to someone like Kazuya and even Chizuru, because I have to include her in this conversation, is every time we take one step forward, we take 6 steps back. Yes, I'm not saying 2, 3, or 4 steps, 6 steps. We take loads of steps back, and it's unacceptable as we get to this part in the series that we are continuing to have fundamental things happen that shouldn't be happening, that we would expect to happen in the first season or the first half of the first season and stuff like that. So, let's use Komi for example. Komi-san. Komi can't communicate with what Komi goes through. Those two are actively building each other up naturally. Everything is very natural in how they're doing things. The reactions are natural and they're wholesome. Yes, there's communication issues on both ends, but that you can tell that they love each other. they know that they feel something for each other that is more than just friendship. And in the season that we just had with Komi, it was really wholesome and well received by myself and by a majority of the rest of the community, which can't be said for the issues that are existing between Chizuru and Kazuya. Now, I figured that obviously we can tell that Chizuru is putting up a shell. Yes, she is. She's putting up a very stern shell. She has a lot of pressure riding on her, and her grandma is obviously probably dying. And there's a lot that's riding on her. And my issues with her is just, I need her to, well, actually, what I would have said now, I'm not even going to really say so much because it was a good performance by her in this episode. She has warmed up to him now. And she even went as far as to say he is not a stranger anymore, So this is where I need Kazuya now more than anything to kind of take that initiative now and just be like, hey, can we talk, suck his pride up, suck whatever the situation is, and have a deep-hearted conversation with her so we can stop this foolishness. Yes, you can continue supporting her if you really want to simp like that, but at least let the feelings be put out there so that we can actually feel as the viewers that we are making progress. We are not making progress. And even now, it would seem that we made an incredible amount of progress this episode. She took the initiative several times to have him stay with her after the date time. This is a good sign, but I know that one or both of them are going to blow it. And Mommy is now about to appear, is going to be the only one that's probably going to do some trifling shit that's going to actually move us forward. So it's just such a shame because there's just so much potential that I see out of this show that is squandered on pistosity. And I'm just going to be making up words now. It's just squandered on absolute immaturity and a whole lot of BS and Kazuya just being trash. So, but alas, here we are. That's your second episode. And I like the first episode a little. Well, actually, no, the episodes were about the same because there was progress this episode. But I just hope that he does something before the grandma croaks, honestly. I really do. So, but that's my initial thoughts on this episode. I hope you guys liked the episode and liked the reaction. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to be one of the first to be notified when a new reaction becomes available, hit the bell icon. So with that said, I'll see all you lovely, wonderful people for Rent a Trash Episode 3, Season 2 next week. Episode titled The Return of the Girlfriend. The girlfriend, which is Mommy Trash. So, until that episode comes out, catch you later.